I got hope, brother. I'm gonna be wearing this
Wait a
shirt
minute.
all week.
What?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. What?
yeah.
What?
What?
what where's the Devin Neal jersey? Yeah, you couldn't even put on a Dane Stubblefield throwback. See, that's disrespect. After what that man did for you, how he just rose up. Oh, shameful, shameful, sin of
Steve, I got to
ingratitude.
I'm like every other good coach. I got a 24-hour rule.
Mm.
I celebrated that Saturday and early Sunday. It's on to Oklahoma State. It's Oklahoma State week. I've put that in the rearview mirror. Thank you very much, Kansas. You did your job. Now I just need Oklahoma State to bail me out. Can they do it?
No, they're one of the five most disappointing teams in the country. They thought they had themselves a Heisman candidate in Ollie Gordon, who just it has not worked out. It almost seems like Gundy's time at Oklahoma State. I'm not sure it's coming to an end, but he's now fighting with the fan base. And look, they had a new quarterback last week, a freshman that put up a lot of points in a high scoring loss. But this game is in Boulder. Colorado has a lot to play for still. Their destiny's not in their own hands, but if they win, they are still in the mix. And Jason, looking at that game, look, they got physically manhandled a little bit, but I actually didn't think they got completely blown out. They actually cut the lead to 23-21 after being down 17-0. But like we were talking about last week, I believe Kansas is a better team than their record. And yes, it was a little bit of a dose of reality for the Colorado Buffaloes.
I think it's a dose of reality, right? That's not the true picture. Colorado has certainly improved. But my contention is halfway decent offensive line, competent quarterback, and you can give Colorado problems. And part of the reason I believe that is because on the other side of the ball, Shedur Sanders will put up great numbers, but he's going to hold the ball long enough for you to get a sack, get a hit on him, maybe create a turnover, create just a second and long, third and long, fourth and long situations that can keep you in the game. And so there are ways to beat, because I don't think Kansas is a great defensive team. I think they have pretty solid corners. And, I thought their front seven was mediocre, but he holds the ball so long, their front
Yes.
seven actually looked halfway decent. And they don't
Yeah.
run the ball. They just refuse to run the ball.
Yeah, they don't stay patient. The other thing about Kansas, where they're really underrated. Now, Travis Hunter's going to get his. That's just the way it works. But Kansas has a pair of cornerbacks in Kobe, not that Mamba Bryant, and Mello Dotson, who are really good. I think they have a chance to play at the next level. So when you play the Buffaloes, you have to almost say, okay, we're going to give up 100 yards to Travis Hunter. We have to make sure that Horn, Shepard, and Draylon Miller don't go crazy. And for the most part, that is what happened. And yeah, Jonte Wester. So when I look at Colorado, the offensive line is not great. But Jason, you're absolutely right. I would say at least half the sacks that they give up is because their quarterback does not get rid of the grenade and it blows up in his hand.
He loves that 70% completion rate. He doesn't want to be at 69, doesn't want to be at 68, so he'll take a sack, a bad sack, rather than getting rid of the football, and that breeds a lot of life. Steve, let's play the video again of, do we have the video of Shedeur pushing the referee? I think we do. Is this big deal, little deal, or no deal? I didn't. Oh, we just got an image. Yeah, he pushed the ref in the back. This is after, someone fell on top of him who was pushed by a Colorado offensive lineman, I believe, or a Colorado player fell on top of him. Shedeur didn't know who it was, but he thought he was getting roughed up. And so there was like a little skirmish between the players. The refs get in the middle. Shedeur ends up pushing the ref in the back. The ref didn't turn around to, hey, who did this? And so I kind of went, no harm, no foul. Not a big deal. Your thoughts? Let's be honest. The insurance model is broken. Crowd Health puts your health care back in your hands. Use the promo code FEARLESS at joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com, promo code Fearless.
It's only a big deal because of who did it. It's heat of the moment. I didn't think it was a malicious action. This is just my opinion. Shedeur was very heated. He was very frustrated over how the game was going, and also that terrible cheap shot that he took earlier in the game when a Kansas defender just dove. That was right there. Wow, that's an Andre Waters level cheap shot right there. And I'm actually stunned that was not a penalty. For all the targeting that's called, I would surmise most players would rather get hit in the head than have to take that at any position. So there was a lot of pent-up frustration and anger. Again, it's heat of the moment. It's a passionate, violent football game at times. I just would have said, get back to your side. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Let's go to the cheap shot. No one on the offensive line seemed heated at the Kansas defensive player. Should we read into that?
Yes. Yes. And I believe, just as my view, when you're the quarterback and you have a 7-figure NIL deal or packages that get you paid, this is why you take your linemen out to Golden Corral every week. This is why you buy them a Rolex or at least a Folex. This is why you get them the newest headphones that everyone loves that you're going to throw away in 2 years. This is why you get them gift cards at Macy's once a month. You're paying for security and protection. And look, none of us are in that locker room, but Shedeur has always come off to me as a little bit unlikable. Travis Hunter seems like a fun personality and the type of guy other guys want to be around. Shedeur, honestly, there's something about him that I think rubs people the wrong way, including, Jason, maybe his own teammates.
Yeah, I do think that was interesting. I'm not going to go too far with it because, I don't know the dynamics inside that locker room. We've seen the press conference where early in the year where all 5 offensive linemen were standing behind him and whatever, but that's all for show. I did just find it interesting. That level of a cheap shot, and no one was like, hey, man, let me do something to this guy. Because if they had reacted, it would have forced the referees to deal with the fact that was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
And that they had to call it. I do think overlooking that was a bit of a makeup and I can't remember, something went on early in the game that was really unfair to Kansas. And I thought it was a tiny bit of a makeup. We'll look the other way on this, but it's something that makes you go, as Arsenio Hall used to say, Yeah, it is something that makes you go, Let's move on to the rest of college football. I'm done talking, Dion. I got my Cowboys, Oklahoma State Cowboys shirt on. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.